Have you ever wondered why a constitution holds such significance in a nation's identity? This question is more than just a thought experiment. The constitution is not merely a document, but the backbone of a nation's governance system. It's the rule book, the referee, and the field of play all wrapped into one. A constitution outlines the fundamental rights and duties of its citizens and provides the groundwork for the political and legal systems. It is the ultimate source of authority, ensuring that the government's power is not absolute but subject to the rule of law. It's like the DNA of the nation, defining its core values, principles, and the very essence of its identity. This powerful document also serves as the guardian of justice, protecting the rights of individuals and communities and ensuring that everyone is treated fairly. So, consider this. Without a constitution, how would a country define its identity, protect its citizens, and ensure justice? The story of a constitution begins with the formation of a Constituent Assembly. Picture a group of diverse individuals coming together with a common purpose to create a blueprint for governing their nation. This was the birth of the Constituent Assembly. Formed in the mid-20th century, it was a body that represented the entire spectrum of the nation, from the snowy peaks of the north to the sun-soaked beaches of the south, from the bustling cities to the serene villages. But it was more than just a geographical representation. The assembly was a microcosm of society, with members from different walks of life, various professions, and a multitude of cultural backgrounds. Their purpose? To draft the constitution, a task as colossal as it was crucial. They were to lay down the principles and guidelines that would govern the nation, ensuring fairness, equality, and justice for all. The Constituent Assembly thus was a reflection of the nation it was set to govern. The task before the Constituent Assembly was monumental: to create a constitution for a diverse and vast nation. Imagine the challenge. A country of such vastness, diversity, and complexity needed a constitution that would not only uphold its unity, but also cater to its diverse needs. This was the Herculean task that lay before the Constituent Assembly of India. The process of drafting the constitution was not a spontaneous one. It was a meticulous, painstaking process that spanned almost 3 years. The Constituent Assembly met for the first time on December 9, 1946. It had 389 members who were drawn from all walks of life, representing various interests, communities, and regions of India. These members engaged in numerous debates and discussions. They argued, they deliberated, they pondered, and they contemplated. They dissected every word, every clause, every line of the draft constitution. They wanted to ensure that the constitution they were creating was not just a legal document, but a living embodiment of the aspirations of a free India. The guiding principles that drove this process were justice, equality, and liberty. The Constitution had to ensure justice, social, economic, and political. It had to guarantee equality of status and opportunity, and it had to assure the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. The members of the Constituent Assembly were not just creating a constitution, they were crafting the soul of a nation. Every word they wrote, every clause they framed, every provision they included was a reflection of their vision for a free, democratic, and inclusive India. The task was monumental, but the Constituent Assembly rose to the challenge. They worked tirelessly, pouring their heart and soul into the creation of the Constitution. And finally, after almost 3 years of rigorous work, the Constitution was ready to be presented to the nation. After almost 3 years of rigorous work, the Constitution was ready to be presented to the nation. What makes our Constitution unique? Let's delve into some of its key features. Our Constitution is a remarkable document, brimming with principles and provisions that shape the very fabric of our nation. At its heart lies the preamble, a concise introduction that encapsulates the essence of the Constitution. It sets forth the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, and pledges to secure for all its citizens a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. Next, we have the fundamental rights, which form the backbone of our Constitution. These rights, enshrined in Part 3, protect the liberties and freedoms of individuals, and act as a bulwark against any form of state oppression. They include the right to equality, the right to freedom, the right against exploitation, the right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and the right to constitutional remedies. Alongside these rights, the Constitution also prescribes fundamental duties, reminding every citizen of their responsibilities towards the nation. These duties, outlined in Part 4A, urge citizens to uphold the Constitution, cherish the ideals of freedom struggle, protect the environment, and promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood, among others. The Constitution also sets forth the directive principles of state policy. These guidelines found in Part 4 inspire the government to ensure social, economic, and political justice and to strive towards a welfare state. Our Constitution also establishes a parliamentary system of government which is federal in structure but unitary in spirit. It ensures a harmonious balance of power between the central and the state governments. And to keep a check on these powers, it ensures the independence of the judiciary, entrusting it with the responsibility of upholding the rule of law and safeguarding the rights of the individuals. The Constitution, thus, is not just a document, but a living entity that guides the nation's journey. It is a testament to our past, a guide for our present, and a beacon for our future. It is the cornerstone of our democracy, the guardian of our rights, and the blueprint for our progress. It is indeed the soul of our nation. Over the years, the Constitution has evolved to meet the changing needs of the society. Just like a living organism, it has grown and adapted, never rigid, always responsive. This dynamism is reflected in the numerous amendments made over the years, from the abolition of untouchability to the recognition of new languages. These amendments have ensured that the Constitution remains relevant in our rapidly evolving society. Yet, amidst this flux, the Constitution's core values of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity have remained steadfast, a testament to the foresight of our founding fathers. However, this process of change is a delicate balancing act. It is crucial to ensure that while adapting to change, the essence of the Constitution is not compromised. The amendments must enhance the spirit of the Constitution, not dilute it. The Constitution thus continues to be the guiding light, ensuring we move forward as a nation, but always grounded in our core principles.